Let's hear it from this year's nominees in Volunteer Spirit of the Year Award. Volunteer Spirit of the Year is demonstrated by someone who really goes above and beyond, and it's not related directly to their employment. Someone who spends a lot of care and time to make Barton County better through volunteerism. Let's hear it from this year's nominees. So, Volunteer of the Year nominee, I have Mr. Chris Wyatt.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the nomination. Yes, it's a little bit overwhelming, but I also feel undeserving in a sense because there's so many people in Barton County that I see day in and day out that are part of different committees that have been dedicating, majority of their time to making Barton County better. So I'm really appreciative of the recognition.
We now have a whole wrestling team. Like, why that came about, how it came about?
Well, I had a passion as a young boy, a single mother that helped raise me before my stepfather came in my life. And wrestling was that sport that allowed me to be able to release energy and to find positive role models, male role models in particular in our community. And as I started looking at Barton County, I realized that this was an area that I could use not only to try to be that role model to some of these kids that maybe don't have that, but also as an opportunity to witness. And I think that's the greatest thing that we can be doing is sharing our time to try to witness to as many people as possible. So the journey started back late last year. Well, actually, I guess early last year. We're in the new year. And it just started with a dream of saying, here's what we need. Here's how much everything's going to cost. And we had some great donors in the community, and I could name them all. But if you were to see the wrestling mats, you can see 4 of the largest donors in the area. And those individuals really helped to promote us and get us on our feet. And that has allowed us to be able to offer this to those individuals that don't have the money to participate in organized sports.
Yeah, absolutely. And because how many kiddos do we have that participate in our youth wrestling?
So in our local program, we had 72 that came out for our very first year. And that was a record for a town our size. As a matter of fact, as we looked at other programs in Southwest Missouri, they didn't have that many kids that came out for their youth wrestling program.
Wow.
So that in itself was amazing. And then we've had about half of those, 33, that have continued to travel with us as we go to other towns and compete on the state and even national level as we recently went to Missouri National. So it was great to see.
Well, thank you again, and congratulations for Volunteer Spirit of the Year nominee, Chris. We appreciate everything that you do in the community. And any lasting thoughts that you'd like to tell our audience?
I appreciate all that you've done and the support that you've offered to not only the wrestling program, but the community, to my family here. And I look forward to many more years to come to give back where we can.
All right. You heard it, guys. Thanks so much, Chris.
Thank you.
Holly Wilhite, congratulations. You've been nominated for Volunteer Spirit of the Year.
Thank you. It feels great. I was excited when you got a hold of me. But then after I thought about it for a while, I was like, wow, I guess it's volunteering, but I just try to do the right thing. So surprised and honored that somebody took the time out of their day to think about me.
Yeah, absolutely. So well deserved. There's just so many things, Holly, that you do. So if you want to just share with everyone.
Well, this is my 26th year at Lamar High School. And over the years, I have been involved in quite a few things, a lot of things behind the scenes, and that's quite all right because I don't do things necessarily to get that pat on the back. Being the old person here, I have contacts out in the community. I can just direct people in the right direction. If there's a kid that needs glasses, or if there's a tailgate going on and they need some donations or team meals, I don't know. I don't necessarily think of it as volunteering. I just think of it as just doing the right thing. Tried to do that over the years, but I stepped into Mary Kuhn's shoes here at the school, and those were big shoes to fill. So yeah, I just more or less think of it as just trying to do the right thing.
Just doing the right thing. Well, you definitely have done that and been recognized by folks in the
Thank you.
nomination. So again, congratulations. I guess, is there anything else that you want to add?
I'm very fortunate to be in a community that there are people out there willing to help. They just need to know, what kids are needing. And, I work with great people. Our counselors are great here at school. Nurse Diana goes above and beyond, to get information out. And I am just fortunate to be a small part in getting the services and the things that kids need or activities that need to happen. So, people say I say this, I do a lot of things, but I don't know that I do one thing well. So I'm trying to work on that. Yeah, I feel very honored that somebody thought enough about me to nominate me for this.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you for all that you do. And you obviously do a lot of it well because you received a nomination for Volunteer Spirit.
Well, so thank you.
Great job. Congratulations. And thanks for making a difference every day in all these kids' lives.
Thank you.
Hi, Pauletta.
Hi, Astra.
So how exciting. You are nominated for Volunteer Spirit of the Year. Yay.
Thank you. I don't feel like I deserve it, but I'm honored.
So a lot of folks may not know what you do, and you have been doing it for, gosh, how many years have you volunteered with the Barton Historical Society?
It's been over 20 years.
Wow. So what's the best part about volunteering at the Historical Society?
Probably helping people find pieces to the puzzle that they're trying to find as far as genealogy goes, but otherwise it's introducing people to Barton County and what it has to offer. Of course, since we're historical, it's what we had in the past, but we've got so many interesting things. There's so many people come through the museum that says, it's just phenomenal what we have.
And this has been, how long has the Historical Society been an organization that's been open to the public?
Started in 1968, but to the public, they were in a couple of rooms of the courthouse basement on the other side back in the 80s, 77, 80. They moved in there after the health department moved out. So it's been a long time.
Right. So, Pauletta, what made you get involved with the Historical Society?
I went to a meeting, and Bob Douglas was the president then, and he said that they were needing a secretary. So I went up to him after the meeting and said I'd like to volunteer. And we were still using a typewriter and carbon paper at the time, no copier.
Right. Anything else that you would love to share? Maybe a fun memory or one of your favorite projects or something that you'd like to share with the audience?
I guess the people that come in, you never know who's going to walk in the door. There was a little man came in one day and said that he wanted to see where his dad lived in Nashville, Missouri. But he went out there and there's nothing there, he said. So he came to the Historical Society, and to make a long story short, his dad was Charlie Chaplin's cinematologist. So,
oh my God, wow.
And so he had never seen where his dad grew up, and his dad left when he was 14 and went to New York, and then to Hollywood after that. So it's just the other day a guy came in and he gave me his business card, and it said Dennis Springer, and Dennis Springer was one of our sheriffs. His name is on the cornerstone of the courthouse. And I held that card and looked at that and thought I'd never hold the card of saying Dennis Springer, because we have a picture on our wall, and so you just never know who's going to walk in the door.
That's awesome. Well, Pauletta, you have just been such an instrumental part of preserving our historical society and just making it so much of a great place that welcomes everyone that can come in, and you can help them with these stories about their Barton County history. So for that, thank you, and what a well-deserved nomination. Any other things that you'd like to share?
I can't think of anything. Thank you.
With that, congrats again, and we'll see you later.